Hello everyone, welcome back to Cardboard in the Rough. I'm Justin.
And I'm Corey.
And we're wearing silly hats. But not for no reason. We're going to talk about board game conventions today, including one that we sort of, I'll put it in air quotes, convention that we host, a long board game weekend for our friends, and these hats were involved.
Yes.
So we will talk about that in the second half. So for now. So structurally, this video, we want to talk about two big things. One, the 3 board game conventions that we were in, what games we liked that we had not played before.
Mm-hmm.
So top 3 games from each of those. And then 2, our experiences going to these conventions with a baby.
Yeah.
So with that, we each made lists and did not look at them, so we will just
compare notes.
We'll compare notes on camera. So, do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
You can start.
All right. First convention was Geekway to the West in St. Louis. We went there and played a handful of games, not quite as many as we would have liked. We sort of turned it into another vacation where we are, or a partial vacation where we were visiting friends and family also at the same time. My number 3 is Mesos.
Okay, very nice.
So Mesos is a set collection game with drafting, set in like a prehistoric world. The sets you're collecting are different types of tribes, people, I guess. They all sort of score points in different ways. It's a little bit of a point salad kind of game. It was interesting. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it.
My number 3 was...
Whoa. Are you not going to opine about Mesos?
Okay.
Unless it's also your number 3.
No, it was not.
Okay.
I don't know. I liked it too. It was fun. I liked collecting the sets. And I liked the way they kind of structured your actions available and how those changed up each turn. It was neat.
I think it felt like, even though we only played it once, it felt like a game that would be good on repeated plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't mind if that one made its way into our collection at some point.
Yeah.
Anyway, now, your number 3.
Captain Flip.
Okay.
It was a, I guess you would say tile laying game.
Yeah.
You have a ship and you're laying tiles and you can choose one side or the other. And depending on what actions are available, gives you different bonus points and points at the end. I liked it because it was very simple, very easy to play, especially one-handed while holding a baby.
Yeah. I liked on that one, so the tiles are two-sided, but you don't get to look at both sides and then choose. You either lay it down face up the way you drew it, or you flip it, but once you flip it, that's it. You can't flip it back. Yep. So I liked that aspect of it.
Yeah, simple and good.
Sort of a little bit of push your luck there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good. My number 2, Bloody Inn.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bloody Inn is a game about running an inn. You are an innkeeper, and you are trying to murder and steal from the patrons of your inn. We liked this one enough that I found it a used copy when we came back from the convention and just went ahead and bought it. We've played it a few times since then.
Yeah.
It was good. It is, I believe, currently out of print, but worth trying to find a copy, I would say.
Yeah, that was either going to be my number 3. I couldn't decide, so it became I'm going to mention it because I figured you might mention it, mentionable of the game.
Okay.
Or of the con. Yeah, agree. Fun concept. Brings people in with that concept.
Right, and that's just the theme. Mechanically, it's multi-use cards, so the cards are the people you're recruiting, they are your currency that you pay to take actions, they are the buildings you build,
etc.
etc. So I like having to sort of choose and walk that line with different cards.
Yep. Okay, my number 2 was Sky Team.
Mm.
Yeah.
I did like Sky Team. That was good.
Yeah, that was one of our, at some of these conventions, they had a play-to-win section where you could play a game and then you had a way to like log that you played them, and then they drew at the end whoever played that game to see if you won. We didn't win any at Geekway, but that was one of them that was very popular, so it was hard to get a copy of to play from the play to win. But I enjoyed it because it was a co-op game and kind of puzzly, and I can definitely see all the different scenarios getting more and more interesting and difficult as you go, just looking at what was available in the box.
Yeah, it was really solid. Kind of had this similar framework to many other co-op games where there's limited communication. You roll some dice that you're going to place to help land an airplane, and your co-pilot cannot see the dice that you rolled, and you can't see the dice that they rolled, so you're not sure exactly what actions can be taken, because that's determined by the dice. So it was good, though. We did successfully land the first mission.
Yeah, so good job.
With a baby, so I don't know if that makes it any more difficult, actually.
Oh, it definitely does. We get bonus points. Okay, your number.
All right. Then the one I liked most from Geekway was Fleet the Dice Game. We, as you can see behind us, it's over here, featured three sisters, and Fleet the Dice Game is by the same designers and publishers. So it was just very good roll and write. We tend to like roll and writes anyway. This one had a lot of choices. None of the strategies immediately felt
like the number one,
like,
this is the only way to make it work kind of strategy.
They all felt viable, at least from our one play that we did. But
well, shocker, that is my number one.
What?
Yeah,
we really liked that.
We really liked that one.
All right. Well, for now, we will move on to the next convention to talk about games, but then we'll talk about all three conventions overall after this. So the next convention was a little more local to us. It was AdventureCon in Rogers. This was the second year that they put it on. It was put on by a nonprofit called Meeple Academy, and I think it will save comments about the overall con until later. But my number 3 there was Landmarks. Landmarks, I would put it in the family of games kind of similar to Codenames or Decrypto. It's a hidden information word-based game. One person is giving clues, the rest of the group is trying to figure out what the clues are. This one had a little bit of an exploration theme, so you have a map with a hex grid, and you're writing down words and placing them. So sometimes your clues might relate to more than one word, and so you have to come up with something that relates to just these two where they touch, or, oh, I need to move them this way, so only this word. I need to come up with a clue that relates only to toothbrush or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And in that one, you're writing down the words, or you're making up words and writing them down, as opposed to just having a lot of cards available. But you get starter words.
There were some starter words on the map, and then you are ultimately trying to lead your teammates to different areas on the map to collect treasure and then find an exit.
Yeah.
I believe we failed once and then succeeded a different time.
Correct.
But
right. Yeah. Quality game.
It was good.
Game. I liked it.
What was your number 3?
River Valley Glassworks.
I should have guessed that.
Yeah. I mean, it was cute and had animals, and there were stones, and...
Very pretty game.
So it was, my friend tried to sell it to me, as Azul meets art similar to Everdell. He was correct. But it was a little more involved than that. But it did feel kind of like Everdell, at Azul, in that you're trying to use the different stones and colors and things that you get to fill up a certain pattern on your board to achieve a certain amount of points. Depending on how high your tower goes and how complete you fill in rows, you get points based off of if you can complete those patterns. So
it had
simple but fun.
A little bit of a feeling like Mandala
Mm-hmm.
to me as well,
I can
because
see that.
it's sort of the way it scores. The later you put things onto your board, the more points they are worth. So
Mm-hmm.
you can try to go for something early and get a lot of them, but you're not going to score as many points as if you go for those later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that tug of war. Yeah,
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 that we played at AdventureCon was Deep Regrets. I had just finished playing through the video game Dredge and really enjoyed it. And then I had heard about Deep Regrets. Somebody was walking by talking about it and was like, ooh, do you mind if I join in and play that? And it's like, not at all. And so we joined in and played a game. Me, and another one of our friends. I don't think you played this one. Yeah. It's sort of a little bit of a not quite cosmic horror. There's strange things that are in the water that you're catching and trying to sell, and the more of these strange fish that you're catching, the more sort of paranoid you get, and those fish become worth more at that point, but your regular fish are worth less, and there's that tug of war mechanically. I don't know if it would hold up really well on a lot of repeated plays, because I think a lot of the fun was the novelty of seeing all of these weird fish that you're fishing up and stuff. But it was fun. It was fun. I would definitely play it again.
Yeah, sounds interesting. My number 2 is God's Forge.
Yeah.
That one was really good. So it's a dice drafting, I guess you would say, game. Not really dice drafting.
I don't think it had drafting.
It's dice. I'm not good at describing it.
You use the dice that you roll as a currency to pay for the cards in your hand.
For action selection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought I liked the way they did the combat part of it. So you only attack the person to your left. And so you're all kind of in a circle. So it didn't feel mean or anything. And you defend against the person to your right. So it's a balance in terms of that. So you still, the goal is like obviously winning, beat your opponents. But it's not like, wow, I don't like you because you're really good at this game. Target, target, target.
Which does happen sometimes. But,
yeah.
I also liked it for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice playing a combat game that didn't feel like you were targeting someone or having to pick someone just because of a sort of meta game outside the game or anything. Trying to, balance your attacks going around. That happens sometimes, but you don't have to worry about it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was good.
Okay.
All right, my number 1, no surprise to you, Kinfire Delve, Callus's Lab.
What? Oh my gosh, that's shocking.
Played this with my friend Derek, and we got really into it. We had not planned to play the whole thing because we kind of needed to leave, and we started it, and we're like, oh, just another couple of turns, and ended up...
10 hours later?
we ended up
it's
playing...
It's not 10 hours, but...
Yeah, it wasn't all that long of a game, but we did play through it, we did beat it, and I definitely want to play it again, get the other editions of it, and mix and match some of the decks and characters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a an interesting little dungeon crawler with cards. Good little co-op.
Yeah. It seemed like they had a great time, I observed.
What was your number one?
Landmarks.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I really liked it.
It was a good game.
It was a really good game.
You have any more you want to add? We kind of already talked about it, but...
Yeah, I don't have anything extra specific. It was just, it felt like an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Yep, the next convention.
The next convention.
It doesn't have air quotes. It's real.
So this is the third year that we have done this. We call it SteeleCon. We host all of our friends for a long weekend of board games.
Mm-hmm.
It started as an alternative to Gen Con because none of us could make it the last couple of years. And now it has sort of just become its own thing, and it keeps getting a little bigger and crazier. And we will talk about what all we do here in a bit. But we did also play some new games.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about those games first.
Yep.
Do you want to start with your number 3?
Sure. It was Dim Sum.
Okay.
You didn't play this game.
I didn't play it. It looked cute, though.
Yeah. So, basically, you have a little restaurant, and you're trying to cater to your tough clients, tough customers, and collect different dim sum from these steamer baskets. It's pretty cute. They've got these little silicone pieces in these plastic little steamer baskets, and you can take a basket if you have all the components or have all the cards in order to get each element of the basket, and so you're just trying to take care of them. But it's kind of interesting. The whole board can rotate, and so you can only take baskets from your sector, but you can rotate the sectors around, so you can get everything aligned, and then someone is like, and I'm going to turn that, so you can't have that. So it got the end, you're kind of like, are you kidding me? I spent all this time. Yeah. It was fun.
Okay.
I did not win.
I will have to try that sometime.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
My number 3 might be a little surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Dune.
Yes and no, I am surprised.
Yeah. So immediately after playing it, I was not super impressed, I guess. But then I kept thinking about it afterward, and I realized that because I was continuing to think about it, it probably was worth more attention. Mm-hmm. And I do want to play it again. We played the basic rules, and I was the Spacers Guild, and I did not do well. It didn't... I don't know, it felt like it wasn't, something wasn't clicking on how I was supposed to be playing it. And I'm not sure if that was around the whole table. I think several of the factions, there's a lot of rules with Dune. It's a dudes on a map game. You're trying to control some areas, but each faction has game-breaking ways of modifying the core rules. And so I think I would like to go back and play it again with the advanced rules. I think that would make it more interesting, and preferably with that same group that we did before. Mm-hmm. Because I think the same people being able to see it again, and maybe even if we are the same factions, it does feel like it's that kind of game, where if you play it with the same group over and over, it probably gets better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you keep talking about it, so I figured it would be on your list.
Spice must flow.
My number 2 could have been my number 1. I was debating, but it was Fromage.
I didn't get to play that either. I wanted to.
Yeah, it was fun. It's pretty neat. So, cheese. You are cheese making and cheese selling, and I thought this game was very interesting. You have this big cheese wheel, and that's the board, and it's a worker placement game. And so it's kind of neat. It's a directional worker placement. So you may wonder, well, how would you show that a cheese is aged over time? Because that's like a big deal. Well, the whole board itself, at the end of each turn, it rotates by a quarter. And so at the end of 4 quarters, it gets back to the beginning. And so you'd place your workers a certain direction, and depending on what's available to you. And then when the worker is facing you again head on, you pick it back up. So if you put it this way, at the end of 4 rounds, it's facing you again, you pick it up, and you have that worker back. So not everything takes that, 4 rounds. Some of it's only one turn of the wheel, but I thought that was neat. I liked the way they handled that aspect of the theme. Yeah, just seemed like a fun worker placement. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. And cheese. That is my summary.
Cheese.
Mm-hmm. We did also get fancy cheese to have because cheese.
Yeah.
So
I will want to play that at some point.
Mm-hmm. I will want to play it again.
My number 2
Mm-hmm.
was Jibber Jabble. So one of my friends picked this up at AdventureCon from, I believe the designer was there, someone local.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a relatively simple game. You have a word that you are trying to guess,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else gets to see the word. And then one letter at a time, they spell out, was it 2 or 3 clues?
It's 3 clues, but you get to guess twice.
That's what it is. So, yeah, three clues, guess up to twice. And so...
The other people don't get to communicate exactly what clue they're trying to get
Right.
you to guess.
I'm trying to think of an example that we had. The word was Google.
Yes.
And so the first letter that someone said...
Was A.
It was A. And then I thought, oh, it's gonna go for Android or something. And then I was expecting an N next. Nope. It was L after that. And so I was like, A-L. All I could think of was always watching or always listening. So I said W, and everyone was just like, what?
What word associated with this is going to get her to guess Google when she's saying owl? So then we eventually decided, we cheated a little bit. We turned always listening into one word. I don't know if you could do...
Yeah, it was a co-op game, so we played the rules a little fast and loose. But
we ended up with always listening and as one of the clues, and then another clue was something similar, and she did get it. After I think we did all 3 clues, but she got it on the first guess.
And you also have power cards that let you do things like skip your turn, or reverse the order, or whisper a letter to someone. So yeah, it's just a fun time sitting around trying to get people to guess that. There were a lot of fun moments with it.
Yeah, it was actually my number 1.
Okay.
But mostly because it was a lot of, I think it was funny watching the different people being like, okay, we're on the same page, right? We're on the same page. And then they would say a letter, and the other person is like, I'm not on that page. I have no clue where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you already do your number 2?
Yeah, it was fromage.
Oh, okay. And then so that was your number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So then my number 1 was In Vino Morte.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really small button-shy game, and this is just in general one of the things that I tend to think about when I'm deciding how much I like a game. It's the level of engagement and sort of the ratio of fun or engagement to playtime.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is spot on. So the theme is basically the scene from The Princess Bride where there's the poison and switching glasses. So in this game, you have one person as a bartender who gives everyone a card that can either be poison or wine,
Mm-hmm.
but the people cannot look at it. The only person that knows what all of the drinks are, including the one they dealt to themselves, is the bartender. So then starting with the person to the left of the bartender, goes around. You can choose to drink, flip your card face up, or you can choose to swap with someone and then drink. If you get a poison, you're out. And the game just keeps going until it's down to one person.
Mm-hmm.
And it came down to 2 people at the end, and it absolutely was that scene. It was like, how many loops are you going to go through? Like, would you put the poison in front of yourself? Yeah, you probably would. But then you knew that I would think that. So then you put it in front of me. And it was just, for something that was so small and easy to play and teach, a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was one of my, takeaway fun moments, was that exact
Mm-hmm.
moment between our friends. Like, I knew you were going to think that, and I had to stop myself because I was going to keep going. Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
My one extra for this one was the game of Decrypto that we played, which was not new to us. We have played a fair amount of Decrypto, but this particular game of Decrypto, we made it all the way through all 8 sets of clues,
Mm-hmm.
and we did end up finishing the game. We didn't have to just start over with new clues like it suggests. The guys lost. It was kind of a guys team versus girls team.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a little out there with our our clues, but I think I will add all of the words. Let's see, how do I even phrase that? If you've not played, let me take a step back. If you've not played Decrypto, you're not actually trying to guess the words that the other team has, but you are trying to guess codes, numerical codes, and then you use a secret set of 4 words to communicate these codes to your teammates. And so a byproduct of this is sort of figuring out what words the opposing team has that they're using to communicate that helps you more effectively intercept their codes. And so I will put all of the clues together for that game, and I'll add them either on screen or down below in the description. And I want you to go and guess in the comments what the secret words were from this, because I think some of these we did a really good job. The guys' team, we did manage to guess 3 out of 4 of the girls' clue words.
Mm-hmm.
We just were bad at communicating among our own team. Because that's another way you can lose the game, is you win the game if you intercept 2 codes, you lose the game if your team fails to communicate internally on 2 codes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we lost that way.
Yeah, it was intense.
I think that, I don't know if it was the best game of Decrypto we've played, it was definitely the longest. That
I would say it was probably the best.
It was up there. It was
good.
very good. So that's all of the game things.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go back and revisit Geekway as a whole and talk about the con and having a baby there.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you start since I'm just going to spew words.
Okay. I think overall, Geekway was very baby friendly. I think they did a good job having amenities. They had a family restroom
Mm-hmm.
with a changing table.
And a lactation area.
Yeah, no one seemed disturbed by us having a baby.
There was lots of people with kids there.
Yeah. I think overall, very doable at
Mm-hmm.
Geekway with a baby.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Like I started rambling on before, but that part may or may not be cut because it was a ramble. We just try to be prepared, and each day I feel like we got a little bit better, like, oh, we need this, oh, we don't need this, that kind of thing, and then trying not to take up the entire giant table with all our stuff, but people seemed fine with it, and she was 7 months at the time, and so it wasn't too bad. Like, we were still able to hold her for naps and all that kind of stuff, and it was loud enough. People were like fine that she screamed. And with a baby, it was good. As a separately, just the convention itself, I liked it. Huge gaming area.
Definitely a play convention rather than a buy convention.
Definitely a play
They had some vendors, but the vast majority of it is it's about playing games. They had a huge library and surprisingly good food.
Yeah, actually.
Expensive, but not crazy expensive for convention food.
Right.
And actually, a lot of it was really good.
It was pretty easy to get around. Fairly decent signage. Fairly decent communication. There was a tornado that hit while we were there. It didn't hit the convention, but it was nearby, and they were pretty good about being like, hey, we'll let you know if you need to go to the basement. And had a really good flea market. I went to that and bought a handful of games. Had some good deals. I'd say it was a couple handfuls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to carry in one hand, so.
That's true. Overall, really solid convention.
Yeah, I agree.
Move on to AdventureCon. So AdventureCon is, like I said, pretty new. This is their second year, and if I remember right from our article that we were in the newspaper, they had about 600 people. I feel like it punches way above its weight. For being second year with 600 people, it felt very professional. They had great signage. You got a gift bag that had a board game in it if you bought the 3-day, the full weekend pass. And they had
some vendors.
Yeah, they had some vendors.
They had some fun activities.
Actually, I would say they had probably as many vendors, almost as many as Geekway.
I'd say almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Their vendor hall wasn't as large, so the vendors didn't necessarily showcase as many of their games, but quantity of vendors.
Yeah.
It was decent.
They had a decent library of games. Most of the people that we played with also brought games.
And then there was still a play to win.
There was a play to win. I did end up winning a game. It was Chemical Overload, which is kind of like Dominion, but throw in a little extra randomness. Taking a Baby, kind of similar, but
slightly harder.
The venue that they were at was not as baby friendly. It's not that the convention wasn't as baby friendly. It was specifically the Embassy Suites that they were at. They did not have the family restroom, and in the restrooms they didn't have baby changing stations. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing against the convention. It was just a marble countertop that was open, and we were like, where's the baby changing table? They're like, I should have a better answer for you, but it's that marble counter where your baby's gonna smack her head because she's crawling around while you're trying to change her diaper. So we went to the car after that.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, it was really good. We ended up playing some games out in the middle of the convention. The hotel area. Just because at that point she was 9 months old, and so a little bit more wiggly.
Yep. I did appreciate that they had the main gaming hall, but then they had sort of a quieter area where the tables were a little more spaced apart in kind of the lobby area of the hotel. So that was nice. As a compare and contrast on one thing that I tend to notice at conventions, the players wanted, teachers wanted signs. At Geekway, they were fairly tall and obvious, and people used them, and they appeared to work. I joined in a game at Geekway because I saw somebody. I had a little free time. Joined in a game because I saw somebody with that sign up. I tried setting up a play-to-win game that I was interested in at AdventureCon, and I sat at a table with the players wanted sign up for probably an hour before. I mean, no one ever sat down or joined or asked anything about the game. So just, I think, maybe a different vibe with that.
Yeah, or maybe some more like, hey, in case you're curious, this is what these signs are for. Make her taller, or posters that explain what they are.
And it's probably also just a factor of size. There's going to be more people that don't have play groups in a larger convention like Geekway. So that could be part of it. But the signs for getting players didn't seem to work very well at AdventureCon specifically. Was there anything else? The vendor hall, also small. Still bought some games, but I mean, again, you expect that. It's a smaller convention.
Flea market section too. We're kind of.
Sorry, I said vendor hall. I meant flea market.
Oh yeah.
Where I bought games. I did not buy any games from the vendor hall. We did participate in an event that turns out it was mostly for little kids.
It was fun.
It was a Mario Kart racetrack where they you would get a ticket for who you're rooting for on this little. It was like a Pinewood Derby type race thing, but with Mario characters on a Rainbow Road track.
It was cute.
It was cute. I'm glad we didn't win because we were competing against small children.
And they had a good time.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then on to SteeleCon. So, as I mentioned, this started as a, hey, we can't go to Gen Con, but we kind of want to play board games. Let's do a 3-day weekend out of it. And we did that in the last couple of years. And this year we actually added a 4th day. It ended up being like a half day. So it's a 3.5 day convention. And we try to go all out, where we make badges, we put up signs. One of our friends does a concession stand. I make some puzzles, which, if you are interested, I will link those down below, and you can try to solve them. Please make your guesses in the comments, I guess. And
then there's bingo, where you win the prizes.
And we have prizes for bingo. Yeah,
and it's bingo like play a co-op game, or
right, not calling numbers bingo. It's an active bingo, like you fill out activities, and then when you get activities in a row,
you win a prize.
You win a prize. And we had a crokinole tournament this year. Congratulations, Greg, who had never played crokinole before, and then came in and swept the tournament.
We did a sabacc tournament.
And then, yes, we learned to play sabacc, and I think, did Derek win that one?
Yeah.
Good job. Congratulations, Derek.
Then we played Captain Sonar, which is
is one of our annual things that we have done before. Those two were new. Crokinole and sabacc were new, but Captain Sonar we have done the past couple of years and given away hats to the winning team along with an enamel owl pin. So the idea being, if you win on future years, you can just add pins to your hat, and then you can have a bunch of owls. He's on your left side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this year, everyone just reprised their roles from last year, and the challenging team won. So
Not everyone. I didn't play last year.
that's true. That's true. Was the winning team all the same?
No, I think it was mixed up slightly.
Okay, it was close to that though.
It was similar, yeah.
Um,
And then Blood on the Clock Tower.
we try to play. This year we only got one game in of Blood on the Clock Tower. We try to get a few games of that in, usually. Let's see, what else did we have? Last year, we didn't do this year, but last year we played Blood on the Causeway. So our friend Chartan runs Causeway Studios, and Greg, actually, now that he's part of this too. So we'll link their stuff down below. Go check them out. They have cool games. And so we took the roles. Actually, we didn't modify the roles from original Blood on the Clock Tower. These were all new roles. Came up with new roles based on the worlds across the Causeway from their game studio, and played that version last year. Didn't do it this year. May do some more of that at some point.
Yeah, and that's only because we kind of jam-packed a lot of things.
We did.
We were trying to keep the momentum going, but at some point, sleep wins.
Yes, and I also set up an espresso bar this year, and so I was playing barista and made a lot of espresso drinks. I think that went well.
Always have signature drink.
Yeah. Oh, these were signature mocktails. Again, there's going to be a lot of information down below, but we'll put the recipe for these down there. The recipe changes every year.
Depending on the theme.
So we did a signature cocktail or mocktail, your choice. And the theme changes every year too. So this year the explorers have. So the theme this year was exploration and lost cities. So the theme is fairly loose in terms of like events and things, but it's a lot of fun. And my takeaway for you for all of this, dear viewer, is go do this. Like, host people for a weekend. They don't have to stay at your house, because people don't stay here overnight, but they show up at between 8 and 10 in the morning and stay and play games all day.
It's fun.
Do that. Do something like that. But go above and beyond. It makes it so much more fun than just a standard game day.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels... That's why I was like, there's no quotes. It's real.
It feels very extra. And
my coworkers all are jealous, I've decided. But yeah, baby this year, there's actually multiple babies. And so that went pretty decent overall. Just had to kind of try and time the naps a little bit better. Made sure we had some activities for them to be entertained with. It's not really involved activities, it's just bouncers. But yeah, just tried to work around their schedule, and I think it went pretty well, having the multiple babies here.
Yeah, and I think that was fine. I mean, it's relatively easy to have babies at someone's house.
Yeah.
So, especially when we've already got it set up with a crib and changing station, because we live here. And, but yeah.
Yeah.
Go host your own convention.
Have some fun. Play some games. That's my takeaway.
Yep. That's a good takeaway.
Thank you. But yeah, so check out the links below and play games, and we will talk to you next time.
Yep. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.